Hello. Now normally I'd, give it a few minutes to start, but the seamless transition from Holly to Lara to Steph, it's been brilliant. So, I can hear myself. Oh, be quiet. Hi, I'm just chatting on the feed to everybody. So let's do some shout outs. Shout out to Lara. Hi, Lara. Which Lara? What? Hi, Zach in Kent. Hi, Sophie. Hi, Sam. Hi, Keres. Hello. Hi, Darcy. Hi, Hannah and Abby. Hi, Liberty. Brilliant. Hi, Jake. Hi, Ella and Zara. Hello, Daniel and Matthew. Bella and Gosport. Hello. Hi, Alex. Hi, Isaac. I love you. Some of you are like, I've just come from Lara. I've come from Lara. Yeah, learning about how angles are involved in invisibility cloaks and the spoon. It was great. Hi, Rose and Jack. Hi, Sylvia and Austin. Brilliant. Hi, Charlotte and Doncaster. There's so many. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I've got 230 people. I've never had 230 people. Like, sometimes 30 is good for me. So, wow. Okay, that means I need to get started. So, if you haven't got the quiz, go to my page quick and just hit print, or have it on like a phone, something next to you if you have it on another device. Okay, because we're going through the answers for the quiz, and I need to get ready to my little costume. I'm going to make sure I actually do this the right way round though. No, I'm not going to be able to do this, am I? I'm just going to wear it like this. Okay, I'm just going to wear it like this. So welcome if you're new to Maths Live. Very, very welcome. And today, in fact, the whole of this week, we have been doing maths related to various authors. So on Monday we did Roald Dahl, and all sorts of questions linked to Roald Dahl novels like Matilda and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and George's Marvellous Medicine. Fab. So if you want to catch up on that, you can do. And then on Tuesday we did David Walliams, and we did questions based on Gangster Granny. And yesterday we did Julia Donaldson, and I know some of you know sort of what happened with that lesson, but I've re-recorded it. I know it's not on the page, we had some problems towards the end, but I have re-recorded it before this lesson, so Julia Donaldson's lesson will be back. And today it's Harry Potter. So this quiz, again, those people are new. I try and vary the questions for different abilities. I try and vary it across different math topics. I know it's a challenge. Okay, I wrote the questions myself. I quickly reread through the Goblet of Fire because it's my favourite, and I thought I'll do one that's in the middle. And yeah, I've got the book, so less waffling, let's get started. So question 1 is, 160 children start the new year at Hogwarts, with each placed into their house by the sorting hat. What, guys, tell me, which house do you think you'd be in? No, not which house you'd want to be in. Which house do you think you would be put in? I've got mine in my head. If the hat splits the children evenly between the 4 houses, how many children would be in Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw and Slytherin and Gryffindor? Okay, so there's 160 children. Okay. And they're getting split by the sorting hat, and there's the 4 houses. So how do we work out this problem? What sort of mathematical techniques do we need to work out to how many there are? Now, can you see that the sorting hat is splitting the children, and split is divide, so it's a division question. So we need to divide 160 by however many houses there are, and we know there's 4 houses in Harry Potter. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 160 divided by 4. Now some of you might be thinking, what? I don't know my 4 times table up to 160. You don't, because you might sneakily have seen that 16 is in the 4 times table. 4, 8, 12, 16. So the answer is 4, not quite, because we didn't put the 0, did we? So the 0 jumps into our answer. So 160 divided by 4 is 40. So I'm going to put the answer up there, just in case anyone joins late or anyone rushed to get the quiz. The answer to question 1 is 40. Well done if you got that. Amazing. Okay. Super duper. Right, question 2. I will do some shout outs again in a minute. In their first 5 games of the Quidditch World Cup, Ireland, now you'll see with this question that I've on purpose written the numbers in words. That's the beauty of word problems. You have to really decode and decipher what the problem is. So Ireland score 52, 33, 18 and 49 goals. How many did they score all together? We know when we do a question that's all together, it is add. So we have to pick out what those numbers were. So 52, 33, 18, okay, and 49. And remember with word problem, circle the numbers, underline the numbers, do what you need to do to break into that problem. So we're going to add them all up. Now, another thing with word problems, you can do it in different ways. When you do an arithmetic question, normally there's only one way you can do it. But with word problems, there's all sorts of ways. You might not do this. You might add 52 and 33, and then you might add 18 and 49, and then add those two together. Great, yeah? I'm going to do it all in one go. I'm going to take my time. If you're new, I make mistakes, so just go with it. You might spot my mistakes, okay? So, 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 8 is 13, plus 9, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we keep our 2 and carry the 2 10 over. And then we do 5 plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So Ireland score 152 goals. Whatever. I don't know what he did. I did have a look. I think I said to my husband when I was like, I had a look through the book and I was like, is it goals? I think it is when they get them through the hoops. Right, let's see what's going on. 253 people, that's crazy. Well done, 152, amazing. First 5 games. Oh yeah, in the first 5 games I only put 4 numbers. See, I told you I make mistakes. Who said that? Extra point to the person. It's Melanie Scott. You spotted that I said 5 games and 4 numbers. I wrote these, honestly, I think I was reading this book at like 9 o'clock at night making these questions up, so well spotted. Question 3. The Hogwarts Express departs King's Cross at 10:55 a.m. Anyone been? Anyone been to platform 9 3/4? I have. It's amazing. I went before it really got popular, so I had a photo next to it. And it arrived 3.5 hours later. So it departed at 10:55 and it arrived 3.5 hours later, and we don't know what time it arrived at. But we're told that it's 3.5 hours. And I love doing number lines when it comes to time. Okay. So the first thing is that I know 3.5, it means 3 hours, and that means 30 minutes. So I'm just going to note that in, okay? 10:55, 11:55, there's 1, 12:55, 2, 1:55. You can do 13 as well. So 10, 11, 12, 1:55. Right, I've added my 3 hours, and now I need to add on half an hour, okay? So just count round 30 minutes at a time. So let's count round in 5s. So 55, if you add 5 minutes, that will take you to 2 o'clock. So you've added 5 minutes, but we need to add 30 minutes. So if we've added 5, how many more minutes do we need to add to 2 o'clock to get to 30? We need to add 25. That's because 5 and 25 make 30. So the answer is 2:25 p.m. So well done if you got that. Okay. Oh, and if you've put, so question 3, I'm just going to write this out. If you put, you can either have 2:25 p.m. or you might have put 14:25 and been posh and put it on the 24-hour clock. Just as correct. It doesn't say give your time on the 12-hour clock or give your time on the 24-hour clock. Excellent. Let's have a look, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Amazing. Well done, well done. Yeah, some of you put 14:25. Okay. Yeah, the queue is pretty long these days. Everyone started to catch on that there was a platform 9 3/4 and there was an actual trolley running through. So yeah, now there's massive queues. Okay. Question 4. By the end of the first school term, Mad-Eye Moody had used the transfiguration spell as a punishment on 1/3 of 126 4th year students. I know it's not mathematical, but in the feed, can anyone remember what the transfiguration spell is from the Goblet of Fire? And which character, which person does Mad-Eye Moody use the transfiguration spell on? What did he turn the person into, and which professor was not happy about it? Go, if you know that, go for it. Well, I do the math. So 1/3 of pupils in the 4th year were punished by Mad-Eye Moody and used the transfiguration spell. So how many pupils is this? So we need to work out what 1/3 of 126 is. Okay. Now, what does it mean if you find 1/3 of something? So if you're asked to split a cake into thirds, that means 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. 3/3. So you split a cake into 3 parts. So if you're finding 1/3 of something, it means you're dividing something by 3. So we need to do 126 divided by 3. That's what it means. How do we do that? Good old bus stop. 126 divided by 3. I'm going to whack the light on because the good old north of England's going a bit dark. Right. If you've not done bus stop before, watch. We do it, what the beauty of bus stop is, it focuses 1 digit at a time. So we're dividing 3 by 126, but we go 1 digit at a time. So we start with 1. What is 1 divided by 3? What's 1 cake divided by 3 people? Well, you can't do it. You can't split 1 by 3. So you can't do it. But we don't forget about the 1. Instead, we carry it over. We put the 10 and make it 12. So now it's 12 divided by 3. How many 3's can you fit into 12? 4. And then it's 6 divided by 3. How many 3's can you fit into 6? 2. So he transfigured 42 children. Let's see if people can remember. Let's see if people can remember. Scroll, 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 scroll. Yes! Well done. Yes, it was Draco Malfoy, because he was being a bit naughty to Harry. And Mad-Eye Moody did not like it, so he transfigured him into a ferret, which Professor McGonagall was not happy about. I need the quiz. Okay, let's give it time. Ooh, question 5. Rita Skeeter, Rita Skeeter's quill pen, was able to write 43 words a minute during her interviews. So 43 words per minute. Just making little notes. Okay. How many words would be written during a 7-minute interview? So 43 words is 1 minute. So we need to know how much that would be in 7 minutes? So how many words in 7 minutes? Well, if you go from 1 to 7, you times it by 7. So we need to times 43 by 7, 7 groups of 43 to find out the answer. So it's a multiplication question. Now again, some of you might have learnt multiplication in different ways. I'm going to do column method to work it out, but some of you might do grid method, some of you might partition. Fantastic. Great, go for it. Okay, really happy with that. 7 times 3, 21. So I keep my 1 in the ones column. This is my ones and this is my tens. In 21, we've got a 1 and a 10. So that 10 needs to come over into the next column. 3 7s are 21. And 4 7s, 28. 1 7 is 7, 2 7s are 14, 3 7s are 21, 4 7s are 28, 29, 30. And there's our answer. 301. 301 words. She can write, well, she can't write, her pen can write, with all that imagination that Rita Skeeter has. 301 words. Okay, question 6. The circular, you might have got help with this, because I know this topic doesn't really come up till year 6. The circular age line Professor Dumbledore draws around the Goblet of Fire, right? Goblet of Fire. I should know how to draw this, right? So, it is really, really grand. Okay, and then, I'm sorry, I'm turning this up. Now it's all blue, isn't it? It's all blue. Okay, and everyone throws their paper in. Okay, and Professor Dumbledore tries to stop everyone doing it. So he draws an age line around it. Okay, so if we imagine the age line like we're looking above, like a bird, like a bird's eye view, that's what it looks like from above, and there's the Goblet of Fire in the middle. Okay, and he draws the Goblet of Fire, and it has a 3 metre radius to stop pupils from illegally putting their name in. Now, what's a radius? If you didn't know, the radius is halfway. If you cut across a circle, but halfway, not all the way across, halfway, that's called the radius. And a way to remember it is like radar. You know how radar goes beep, all the way around, spins around, beep. Radius, radar, similar, okay? And we're told it's 3 metres. So the radius is 3 metres. Therefore, what is the diameter of the circle? So what do we mean by diameter? Now, diameter means all the way across, and we measure diameter of all sorts. But one thing, I've just got Holly in my head, obviously, from this morning. Like, when women are pregnant, and they've obviously got their bump, doctors measure the diameter of the bumps. They measure all the way across from it. That's just the only one example I can think of. Sorry, Holly. And so the diameter goes all the way across, and it's twice the radius. So you've got there and there. So if the radius is 3, that means the diameter is 6. So it's 6 metres. So the answer to question 6 is 6. 6 metres. Let's have a look. Take a break for a second. Have a look. Well done. Fantastic. It's in the middle. Well done. In fact, it's, you know what? This is probably one of the harder ones. Hi, Ariana Potter. I like that you've put Potter at the end of your name. I would agree, actually. This is probably the hardest one of the week so far. I just got really into it. I think because it was the fourth one, I really got into it. And I was trying to cover a range of topics. And I want to keep you guys challenged. I really want to challenge you. And that's the thing about word problems. You will learn new things. Okay, you will learn new topics, and that's quite cool when you're doing it about how. It's quite nice to learn a new topic when you're doing it by Harry Potter. Okay, 4 questions left. Question 7. Professor McGonagall's office measures 5.4 metres long. So it's 5.4 metres long and 3.1 metres wide. And remember, it's not a test, it's a quiz, it's fun, okay? So don't worry if you got stuck on any. And we need to find out the area of the office, the space. Imagine she's getting a new carpet and she needs to know what size of carpet to get. That's what she needs to do. And how would you find the area of it? You do length, or base times height, length times width. So we need to multiply. Go over there, piece of paper. We need to multiply 5.4 metres times 3.1 metres. Now, if you were in my lesson, I can't remember if it was I think it was Monday's lesson, you will have remembered that there's a rule here. You can't multiply decimals by other decimals. So you might be thinking, Steph, why have we got this question then? Because you can multiply decimals by other decimals, but you have to change them first, okay? So what we're going to do is change these decimals into nicer numbers. Complete the question and then morph them back to how they were before. So watch. What we're going to do is going to sneakily times each of the numbers by 10. Okay, because that stops them from being a decimal. And now it's 54 metres times by 31 metres. Okay, so now we do 54 times by 31. And whatever, you can be doing this. If you go, oh, this is how you do it, go for it. Again, you might use grid method. So we do 54 times by 31. You might partition. Cool. So 1 4 is 4 and 1 5 is 5. Okay. Now, we need to add a 0 because we're not timesing by 3, we're timesing by 30. But to help us remember we're timesing by 30, we put the 0 from the 30 down there and now we just times by 3. So 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15, plus the 1, 16. Add them all together. I hope I'm still on the, I hope you can still see me. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the answer, 1, 6, 7, 4. But wait, it's not. Because what did we do? If you see up here, do you remember when we times it by 10, then times that by 10? We need to undo it now, okay? So we need to divide our answer, which should be in metres, divide it by 10, and then divide it by 10 again. Or you could just divide it by 100, because 10 times 100. So, dividing it by 10, here's our decimal point. If you divide it by 10 once, decimal point jumps here. So, 167.4, but we need to divide it by 10 again. So it jumps there. Shh. Yeah, look, we did it. We multiplied decimals. So the answer is 16.74 metres. And remember your little 2 because you found the area of the shape. Oh, let's see what you all think about that. Well done. Wow, guys. Amazing. Even if you gave it a yes. Well done for giving it a go. We think area area is pretty hard. Definitely. Area is pretty hard. I think I'm going to, in fact, I think I'm doing area next week. Okay, for those of you who, I know you're going back to school, a lot of you, but I know some of you are home educated. Fab. Maths Live is continuing in some form. I'm going to talk more about that on Friday and Sunday. I'm not talking about it now. We're enjoying Harry Potter. But well done, guys. Fantastic. And I'm still impressed. There's over 200 people watching. It's crazy. Definitely not used to this. And who joined in the chat this morning with myself and Lara and Holly? It was so much fun. It was literally like having a school assembly all over again. Amazing. So thank you for joining in and doing all your spells. It was fab. Question 8. The Hungarian horntail dragon was 240 centimetres taller. Now something's taller, that means it's higher. And that means it's a difference of heights. We need to keep that 240 centimetres taller. That already tells me we're comparing. Taller than the Welsh green dragon, which stood at 9.42 metres. How tall, where's my scarf going? How tall is the Hungarian horntail? Right, can you see there's a difference? The Hungarian horntail is this much taller than the Welsh green dragon. So we need to add. If something's taller than something else, you've got to add it on top. But can you see the problem? We can't do it at the moment. Can't do 9.42 plus 240 because this is in metres and that is in centimetres. So we need to convert one of the two, okay? First of all, what is the conversion? 100 centimetres equals 1 metre. Therefore, you might put this into centimetres or you might put this into metres. I'm going to put the 240 centimetres into metres. I think that's a bit easier. So 2, if 100 is 1, then 200 is 2, but I've got my 4, it's less than the whole, so that's 2.4 metres. Okay, so I've done that. And now, because it's taller, I can now add that on. So I've got to line my place values up. 2 holes, 2.4. There's nothing under the 2. I could put a 0 if I wanted to, so that helped me out. Make sure the 4 is lined up. Add it together, because remember, we're comparing heights, we're making it taller. So 2, 4 and 4 is 8, 9 and 2 is 11. So it's 11.82. The Hungarian horntail is 11.82 metres tall. That is really, really tall. Okay. Last 2 questions. You know what, this was my favourite question that I made, and this might have been a bit confusing, but you'll see. During their potions lesson, Snape slapped Ron on the head, as he always does, for not reading his instructions carefully. Are we surprised, really? He should have mixed 1/5 of a bottle of toad slime. So he should have mixed 1/5 of a bottle of toad slime with 3/10 of a bottle of lemon. So he should have mixed those two together. He should have put them together and he would have had his mixture. But instead, he didn't do that, did he? Instead, Ron, he got his numbers mixed up. He mixed 3/5 of the toad slime. Can you guess? With 1/10 of the lemon. So can you see he got his numbers the wrong way around? Hermione, of course, Hermione did it correctly. Now, and the question is, have they got the same amount in their bottles at the end? Okay, well, they've used the same denominators, 5 and 10 and 5 and 10. And surely just because the numerators are switched around, it's all going to be fine. So how do we check it? Well, because you mix something, you've put them together. So what we need to do is add the fractions, okay? But some of you might know you can't add fractions when the denominators are not the same. And they're not the same. And we need to make them the same. So I'm going to get rid of the bottles. Okay. 1/5 and 3/10. And we need to make these denominators the same. Now watch this. I can change my fifth so that it becomes a 10 because I double it. So I make 5 into 10 by doubling it. And with fractions, you have to balance them. Whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom. Whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. So I'm going to times that by 2. And 1 times 2 is, shout it out, 1 times 2 is 2. So now we can do the question. 2/10 plus 3/10 is 5/10. That's how much Hermione did. Hermione got it right. She should have had half a bottle together. And this is what poor Ron did. So let's do the same. Let's change our 3/5 so this over 10. Okay, so remember how I times 5 by 2 to make it into 10? I'm going to do the same with the 3. I'm going to do 3 times 2, which is 6. So he's got 6/10 of his bottle. And if we add our other 10th, that makes 7/10. So no, they haven't got the same. Hermione's bottle is half full, whereas Ron's bottle is too much. It doesn't work. He's in a lot of trouble with Professor Snape, but Ron's always in a lot of trouble with Professor Snape. So the answer is no. No, they haven't got the same amount in there. It might say, if you're in upper key stage 2, if you're in year 5 and year 6, it might say, explain your answer. So rather than just being a box, it might say true or false. Explain your answer. So you can't just get away with guessing yes or no. You still have to get a mark by explaining and showing you're working out. Last question. The person who should not be named, Lord Voldemort, regains 38% of his strength by the end of the Tri-Wizard tournament. So if you picture the Tri-Wizard tournament, when it all goes a bit wrong, 38% stronger. And with the help of Sneaky Wormtail, on average, it is taking 1 week to get a percentage stronger. How many days will it be until Voldemort is back to full strength? Oh, you can tell it's the last question on the quiz. Okay, let's go back and decipher this. So he's at 38% strength. Yes, we've got that bit, okay? And we're told Wormtail is helping, and on average, it's taking 1 week to get a percentage stronger. So if we add a week, so 1 week equals 1%. And you have to keep doing it till you get to 100%. Right, hang on. Let's actually find out what percent he's got left. Okay? We need to find out how much as a percentage he needs to get to 100%, because that's going to really help us with this bit, isn't it? So what do you add to 38 to make 100? Okay, well, if you add 2%, that gets you to 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So he's got 62% to go until he's back to full strength. It's all right, we're on the Goblet of Fire. There's still a few more books to go. Yes, we know it's still going to take him a while. Okay, so 62%. And we're told it's 1 week for every percentage. Okay, so that's 62 weeks it's going to take him. But the question is not how many weeks is it going to take him. The question says, how many days will it be? Okay, so we know there's 7 days in a week. So we need to multiply our answer by 7 to find out. Because 62% is 62 weeks. But we need to know what that is in days. So, because we know there's 7 days in a week, we do 62 times by 7. Let me just look at the feet. Okay, oh, well done. You're all putting 62. Some people have got answers. What if the bottles are just... No, with the last question, I'm just keeping it the bottles the same size. And yes, some of you are saying, yeah, Harry Potter is scary. Yeah, even the end of this film, Goblet of Fire, even though it's only the third one, pretty scary. Okay? Right, let's see. How many days? 2 7s? 14. 7 6s are 42 plus the 1. Amazing. You have completed the Harry Potter quiz. Well done. Thank you very much for joining in. I still can't get over how many are watching. I'm really, really chuffed a bit. Tomorrow, if you fancy coming back, I'm going to be finishing the week by doing word problems based around Rachel Bright. The quiz is on the, you know, where you've been getting all the quizzes from this week. The quiz is on there now. I've already put it on. I snuck it on. But there's going to be an extra bit to tomorrow's lesson, because I'm going to dress up for World Book Day. And you might be thinking, well, Steph, you're already dressed up for World Book Day. But I've got a proper head-to-toe outfit that I've once wore before as a teacher, and it is hilarious. So even if you just join in to see me look stupid, fantastic. So the quiz is on there for Rachel Bright. We love her books in this household, so even if you've not heard of her, you might end up learning something about her books too. And the Julia Donaldson quiz is going to reappear on my page as well. And remember, go back, if you haven't done any of the quizzes from this week, go back and enjoy them, okay? Take care, everybody. Thank you very much.